Have you ever followed along with a YouTube tutorial, but then run into issues along the way? Or maybe you were scripting on your own and you experienced some errors. Well, today, I'm going to help you find ways of easily solving all of your issues. Now, our first method is probably something that you've heard of at least in the past couple of months, and that is using AI. Whether that be ChatGPT, Google's Bard, or another AI that I actively use is called Poe. I believe that Poe might be powered by ChatGPT, so the results here might be the exact same as ChatGPT, but it also gives you access to other bots and specialized ones as well. Now, when I'm pointing out specific things about Poe, it's not because I even use them, it's just some of the features that there are. Naturally, I'll first go to ChatGPT, which is completely free, you just have to sign up for an account, and I'll talk with ChatGPT about my issue. If for some reason ChatGPT is just not running smoothly, I'll head over to Google's Bard. I've had good results with Bard when ChatGPT wasn't helping me, and then Poe is like a middleman between ChatGPT and Bard. Sometimes I'll throw my question into Poe. It gives us access to other AI that we can use, so it's not all the exact same one, but it's very uncommon for me to ever get to this point. Generally, if I'm not getting good results with ChatGPT or Google Bard, then I have to reflect on my actual question because I just don't think I'm communicating my issue correctly. I'll now give you an example of me using an AI to solve an issue that I'm having. So let's say that I'm scripting and I'm really new, and for some reason I'm completely unable to recognize my error, and you might be thinking to yourself, nobody has this issue. But please believe me when I say it, I've seen an issue just like this countless times in my Discord. It's honestly pretty common, and the person doesn't know how to solve this issue that they're getting. Now keep in mind, some people only realize that this is an issue when they receive an error inside of the console. And the reason that I'm saying all this is because I'm trying to get you in the mind of somebody who is brand new to scripting with little to no knowledge and can still actually use AI to solve these issues very easily. So let's say that they see that they have an error inside of the console. Let's go ahead and copy this from Roblox Studio. Then we'll go to ChatGPT. Now we're going to say, hey, I am having an issue with my Roblox Lewis script. And then we say, this is the error that I am receiving. And then we'll go ahead and paste that error. The AI replies to me and says, it looks like the error is occurring at line 2 of your script file. So it tells me the script file that this error is inside of. And then it also kind of tries to explain the error a little bit. But then it mentions that without seeing the code, it's a bit challenging to pinpoint the issue precisely. It then continues to actually explain the entire issue, which the explanation is actually correct, but somebody who's brand new probably won't understand this. But now being that person, what we would then do is go into the script. So now we found the script, and then we'll go ahead and copy the contents of the script. We'll go back to ChatGPT saying, here is my script, and then we'll go ahead and paste the script in and hit enter. And then it says, it looks like there is a typo in your script. The second line has a typo in game get service instead of game get service. Here's the correct version, and then it does give us the correct version. Now you might be thinking, well, Monster, that was a really simple issue. Obviously the AI could handle something like that, but please do not be in that mindset. I cannot describe to you how, even as somebody who does have a good understanding of programming and creating and developing Roblox games, I use AI and ChatGPT literally all the time. I would say that it might be a developer's most helpful tool. It is absolutely insane. Whether you're having issues, whether you're wondering how to create a brand new system, literally, ChatGPT is perfect for this job, but I think that a lot of people need to understand how to actually communicate with ChatGPT. Sometimes it's hard to put your issues into words that an AI can understand, but once you're able to get over that hurdle and then you can actually communicate effectively with the AI, you will almost never have to ask somebody for help again. But of course, not with everything, but there is a pretty good portion where you can actually use ChatGPT. Now, please keep in mind, while it does sound like I'm hyping ChatGPT or AI up a ton, I'm not one of those radical AI people who is on either the side of AI always being terrible or AI always being great. It was funny, only a couple of days ago, a few days into this year, I made a joke in one of the Discord servers that I'm in and said, do AIs go on holiday break? Because it felt like lately ChatGPT has been really struggling to answer some of my questions, and sometimes it would just be flat out wrong. So I do want to disclose that AI is not always going to solve your issue, and sometimes that could be a ChatGPT thing. Of course, if you're brand new, you might not be able to recognize as easily when AIs are lying to you, but you should be able to recognize when they're not actually fixing your issue. And now if that is the case for you, what I would recommend is going to a different AI site. So if ChatGPT isn't working for you, try to do the exact same thing in Bard. If you're getting the same results in Bard, then that may mean that you might want to reflect on your communication with the AI. And if you wanted to, you could give it another shot with another AI like Poe, for example. I think Bing also has one as well. There's a ton of different AIs out there. I'm only recommending these 3 because these are the only 3 that I've really ever used at all. So yeah, AI is extremely helpful, but it can be the complete opposite at times as well. Now our next method is using Discord, and this method can kind of be broken up into 2 separate methods. We'll call the first one Method A, and Method A is a little bit more specific to the people who are watching YouTube tutorials, because I feel like that's one of the only times that you'll be really interacting with scripting and then be able to find a Discord where other people have had the same exact issue. Now let's say, for example, that you're watching one of my series. This method is literally perfect for you and should probably be able to solve your issue almost instantly. In my Discord, I have seen the same exact question asked hundreds of times. And what I've realized from that is if other people were able to easily search these questions, they would be able to see all of the other people who have asked this question and see how it was solved for them. So that's what I would recommend that you do. You actually go into that Discord server and then you use the search feature. Now, I'm not saying that Discord search feature is the greatest. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find the exact same error that you're looking for, but let's copy a few words from this error right here and then paste it inside of our search bar. So when we search for this error inside of this Discord, we can see that there are 35 different results and there's actually 2 different pages. So we can go ahead and click on this one, for example. This says episode 12 state manager. So we could look at that and say, oh, I'm also on episode 12 and I'm having this exact same issue. And then you could look through here and see how it was actually solved. Or maybe you don't find the solution there and then you can keep scrolling and look through all of the different times where other people have had this exact same issue as you. And hopefully you'll be able to find how they solved this as well. Now our next method is very specific to people who are actually following my videos. If you're following my videos, I've created a website called Monzter.dev, which you can visit, and on this website is actually a knowledge base. Now, when you visit this, it might look a little bit different than what you're currently seeing, but in this knowledge base, we have a section for the clicking simulator, the eating simulator, and then just some general frequently asked questions. So I've tried to go through some of the comments and some of the commonly found errors inside of my Discord and then add them to this knowledge base. Additionally, sometimes in my series, things do break because Roblox makes some changes, or I look in the comments section or my Discord and see a very commonly made error. I actually made a changes section for both of these series, which you can go to and you can read about the actual error that people are experiencing. Usually the reason behind it is explained as well, and then we also cover how to fix them. Now you could use this search bar right here to actually type out your error, and sometimes you might find the respective page which covers that error. Of course, we don't cover everything here, but a lot of the commonly faced issues should be able to be found inside of here. Now, remember how I said the Discord method could be broken up into about 2 different parts? Well, the second part is actually where to ask your questions, but before that, I want to go over how to actually ask your questions. If you're running into an error and you want to solve this issue, you need to be able to communicate that issue to whoever you're asking for help from, and you want to include as much detail as you possibly can. So that means including part of your script that is relevant, including a screenshot of your code. I prefer if you include your actual code itself, but if you want to include a screenshot, that works too. The more information and context that you provide significantly increases your chances of being helped. And the reason for that is because it makes it significantly easier for everybody else to help you. Depending on the issue that you're having, you might not have needed to include the code for the other person to find the solution, but then you run into the issue where sometimes you do actually need to see the code and you just completely forgot to include it. I'm not trying to sound rude, but honestly, when helping people in Discord, that is the most annoying thing. Where if we look on my screen right now, this is an example of a bad post. So this person says my leader stats ain't showing on clicking simulator. That makes it impossible for anybody else to actually help you. This is a good example. This person says, hey, I'm getting an error trying to set up leader stats on my player. They include the error that they're receiving, and then they also include a screenshot of their code. Now, I would say that that's good or great. The reason that I say it's good is because they include a screenshot of their code. I prefer to be able to see the actual code. And the message doesn't even have to be that long. It can be very concise. And realistically, as long as you include the error and you include the relevant code, that gets the other person about 90% of the way. You really don't even have to say, hey, I'm getting an error. The error and the code basically speak for itself here. And then where I say a great example, of course, this is completely subjective. I just used a little bit more of a complete sentence. So, hey, I'm currently working on episode 5 of Monster's newest simulator series, not the food one, but I keep getting this error. What I'm trying to do is give the player the leader stats, but I'm not sure what is nil. And then we can look at what the error actually is, and that's why I'm saying that I don't know what nil is. And then I include the code from the script right here so everybody can easily see it. So those are just different examples of how to actually ask your question, and please realize that this is super important. After running my Discord for well over a year and see so many people get helped out in my Discord, I feel so bad for the helpers in my Discord because so many people do not include even a bit of context or information that anybody else actually needs to even be able to start to help the other person out. So please include your script, include your error, include as much information as you can. That is so important. Now, the next thing is, where can you actually ask for help at? Well, of course, I would recommend my own Discord. Currently, it's branded as Learn Roblox. There's a link down below in the description to it, discord.gg/learnroblox. When you join the Discord, you want to look for the support info channel, and you want to read through the post format guide, as well as our guidelines and rules. Then, to be able to create a post inside of these help forums, you want to click the accept button. Once you click the accept button, you will be given the can get support role, and then you can create a message inside of scripting help and inside of this channel as well. We have both a forum and a standard text channel where you can request help at. So make sure you follow those steps if you want to be able to ask for help. Now, that's only my Discord, but I definitely have recommendations for other Discord servers you can ask for help in as well. I myself have used the Roblox Studio community Discord for getting help in the past. I've also used the official Roblox Discord, which really only has one channel where you can kind of ask questions at. This is more of a hit or miss. It can be slightly less active than other Discords at sometimes. The Hidden Devs Discord is pretty great, and it almost has a channel exclusive for every single different part of development, so you can ask all of your different questions there, and it's not like they'll get flooded because all the support channels are in a single one. Now, all of those Discords that I listed are linked down below in the description, and I would definitely recommend checking them out and asking your question in each of their different support channels. The more places that you ask for help, the more likely you'll eventually get a response, and you'll be able to solve your issue that much quicker. Now, with all that being said, those are the top methods that I've used while learning scripting, and I still use to this day whenever I encounter another issue. If any of this did help you out, make sure you smash the like button, and while you're down there, go down below in the description and visit Monzter.dev or my Patreon to support me and gain access to a ton of resources for developing your next Roblox game. And with all that being said, I hope that you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.